Good morning, welcome back to another weekly vlog. It's another fairly sunny day today. I think we've got a couple more like reasonably good days, and then I think it's going to get colder and more rainy, which ties in with me having to go down to London, or up to London, on Friday for a hospital appointment, which is great. Just what you want when it's raining and cold, but never mind. I'm just keeping everything crossed that that appointment is still going to go ahead, because there's been a lot of talk about more like widespread lockdown type measures and things like that, because cases of COVID are kind of going up again quite rapidly, and I'm just getting I'm getting anxious about that and what that means for like people who are more vulnerable to the condition. I found there was some statistics published by the Office of National Statistics the other day, and it said, we've published analysis of COVID-19 deaths of disabled people from the 2nd of March to the 14th of July 2020. We defined disabled people as those who reported in the census of 2011 their daily activities were limited a little or a lot by a long-lasting health problem or disability. I mean, so that doesn't even include people who have become disabled since 2011, which is crazy, but it said that 59% of all deaths involving COVID-19 from 2nd of March to 14th of July were among disabled people, which is just a terrifying like thing to think of, because that is like disabled people are being hugely affected in a very disproportionate way, and being a disabled person, that does pretty much terrify me when you see cases going up again and people not wanting to stick to rules. So yeah, I'm nervous about that. I'm also just nervous that my appointment on Friday will be cancelled, because that's to see it's to get a CT scan and to see my leg surgeon, which we've been trying to do for months, and because of COVID it just hasn't been able to happen, and I really need it to happen because I need a plan for my leg. So yeah, I'm really hoping that that can still go ahead. I am quite nervous about going to London because the cases in London are getting a lot worse, but it's just so difficult to know what to do, and I think it's just going to be a case of put a mask on and go to the hospital because it needs to be done. I've missed out on enough medical care as it is, and so yeah, I kind of feel like I need to do this. But yeah, I'm just hoping that it can still go ahead. So yeah, another week. The only thing that I've really got on this week is that appointment on Friday. I've got a couple of meetings, like virtual meetings and stuff, but apart from that, it's a fairly quiet week, which is good because I think I'm going to need the energy for getting up to London. It's a really early start as well. I think we've got to get a train at just before 7 o'clock or something. I don't know, it's a ridiculous time. So yeah, that's what my week is, but I'm just getting on with some editing at the moment. I've just put up a weekly vlog, and now I'm getting on to sorting out my next video. So yeah, I'm just going to get on with that and see how much progress I can make. Right. Please excuse this really odd angle. I was just wondering, does anyone else find it really difficult to find jeans that fit comfortably, especially if you're disabled, but you know, even if you're not? I think it is mainly being disabled actually that makes it harder, because you're sitting down a lot when you're disabled, and I just find it really difficult to find jeans that feel comfortable, like around my waist. I do like jeggings, but then I'm finding them quite tight on my legs, and because my legs, like this leg especially, is swollen, it makes it quite hard. I've got these jeans on at the moment from Topshop. I think they're mum jeans. And they're not too bad, but they aren't massively comfortable, like around my waist, especially when I'm sat down. They kind of like dig in, and yeah, I just struggle to feel comfortable in them. So if anyone's disabled, uses a wheelchair, or if you're chronically ill and just find like clothes difficult anyway because of like sensory stuff, please let me know if there's any jeans you'd recommend that are comfortable, because I don't know where to look. I think I'm going to try buying some other jeans, maybe in different sizes, to see if that helps. But yeah, please do let me know if you've got any recommendations, because I love wearing jeans and I don't want to live in tracksuit bottoms forever, and it would be nice to be able to find something that actually fits nicely. Good evening, I'm tired. Yeah, sorry it's been a while since I spoke to you earlier. I got some editing done this morning. I'm trying to get to, like, people have been sending me videos for a video I'm making, so I've been trying to like sort that out and stuff. Had lunch and then fell asleep, and I've just had a virtual council meeting, so that's done. And now I'm just chilling out a bit. I need to get something to eat. But yeah, got a bit frustrated. Well, slightly frustrating. So if you've been watching my vlogs for a while, you'll know that I had surgery last November. Coming out of surgery, in the following kind of like 24-48 hours, I had seizures. My electrolyte levels were like all over the place. Like a lot of them were just on the floor. And yeah, I was really unwell. They had to get the intensive care outreach people to come and sort me out, and it wasn't a good time. But anyway, because I had seizures, I had to inform the DVLA. And then you have to go through the whole process of them deciding whether you can drive or not. Up until now, I haven't been able to drive anyway because of my leg and it not healing properly. But yeah, basically now I need to get a new Motability car because my this one is coming to the end of its lease, and I applied for a grant through Motability to help with an advanced payment because the kind of car that I need is going to be quite expensive. And when I did that, they suggested that I had a driving assessment to look into whether some sort of hand controls would be helpful, because in the future I'm going to have problems with my legs because I'm going to probably need more surgery and stuff, and so it would be good to have the option of having hand controls. So I then applied to do the driving assessment. Oh, there's the daddy long legs behind us. Yeah, I then applied for the driving assessment, but I can't do that driving assessment while the DVLA haven't made a decision. And so I contacted the DVLA and said, what's happening? And they said, we're still waiting to hear from your GP. So I then contacted my GP and said, can you tell me what's going on? And they said that the last letter that they'd had was, I think, like right at the beginning of August, that they were waiting to hear from the DVLA. So I then went on my patient access and found that there was another letter that was more recent. I think it got there on the 24th of August. Which obviously requires action from them. So I went back to them and I said, that the letter that I've said is there, it's the 24th, this is what the letter is, can you tell me what you're doing about it? So I got a phone call today from the surgery. I don't know whether they had scanned the letter in and then just not done anything about it or forgotten or what had happened, but basically the DVLA are now saying that the GP surgery need to send off my medical form and then they will get paid by the DVLA, whereas apparently before the DVLA would pay first and then the GP would send the medical form off. So because this is different, the GP surgery are now saying that they're not sure if they can send the form off before they've been paid. So it's now had to go to the practice manager to decide what they're going to do, which is just frustrating because like they've had the letter for almost a month and nothing's happened. And having, like, I've had this before where like the surgery and the DVLA just have an argument about payment of some description. It's always about the payment, and I'm the one who ends up suffering because I can't progress my, what I need to be able to drive. And it frustrates me even more because I don't think there's any reason why I can't drive a car, like medically. The only time I've ever had seizures is when I've been in hospital related to surgery. And this time round I had seizures and my electrolyte levels were really low, which I would have thought was probably the reason for having the seizures. But because of it being a seizure, you have to go through it, and it's just frustrating when you've just lost all your independence and you're waiting for other people to have an argument about, you know, what paperwork has to be done and all this kind of stuff, and you just feel really helpless about it. So yeah, it's just frustrating. So I think I'm going to leave it, and if I haven't heard anything by Thursday night, I am going to email the surgery again, because they said they would let me know this week what the decision was. If I don't hear by then I will email them again and ask what the decision is, and I'll just explain the impact that it's having and the fact that, you know, I'm housebound if I haven't got, you know, somebody around that will drive me, and that, you know, I need this to be sorted, because it's been going on for nearly a year now and it's just kind of getting ridiculous. So yeah, it's slightly frustrating and one stress that I just do not need on top of everything else. But there we go. This is just what happens with anyone that's disabled, probably most people anyway, will know that you just have to fight for everything, and it's exhausting. And sometimes you just want things to be smooth and to get done and to not have to continuously fight for them. But that doesn't seem to happen. So anyway, I'm going to go and make myself some toast, find something on the telly to watch, and hopefully get a decent night's sleep. Good morning. Sorry, the light's not brilliant where I'm sitting. I'm sitting on the stairs and it's not really the best place to sit to film, but never mind. Yeah, my mum and I have decided that we're going to have a little wander down to the market in our town. So the council set it up, I feel like it was the beginning of the year, or it might have been before Christmas, I can't remember. And as a council, I kind of feel like I should have been down then. Well, I feel like I should go down at some point, and I haven't been able to really up until now, because I had my operation, so I was recovering from that. And then with COVID, I just kind of avoided anything, but we kind of thought we'd decide to go down today. The weather's nice, got a mask, and just thought it might be nice to just have a little look around. It's not a huge market. I think it's got, I don't know, 5 or 6 stalls, so we're just going to go and see what it's all about and see what they've got. We've actually got Noah today. My mum dropped him off at preschool this morning. He's still a bit like not sure about it. I think he did say to her that he didn't like school and he didn't want to go, but hopefully, like, once he gets there, he'll be okay and he'll make some little friends and have some fun. So yeah, my mum's picking him up a bit later, and then we'll just look after him until Lisa picks him up. But yeah, it's a bit weird not having him. It's quiet. So we're gonna head out and yeah, see what we can find at this market.
If you feel lonely, I will be here and wait for the sun. It's getting closer, but it will never let us down. Here by the ocean, fire is burning, flares in the wind. Over the mountains, I see the moon. So it begins. Looking to the rising sun, this is where we belong. We belong. A new day will soon begin. That's what I've been here for all along. I have no doubt, I know you really want to stay. Fires burn out, days like this will slowly fade away. Memories will always stay the same. see the moon and so it begins. I have no doubt, I know you really wanna stay till the fires burn out. Days like this will slowly fade away. Memories will always stay the same. Always stay the same. If you feel lonely, I will be here and wait for the sun. It's getting closer, but it will never let us down.
So we're just back from the market. It was good, it was nice. They didn't have the fruit and veg guy there, which was a bit of a shame because that's one of the ones we would have quite liked to see. But they had quite a few other ones there. It was fairly quiet. I think it goes quiet at the kind of time that we went. So yeah, we had a little look around, bought a few things. We also went to look in the charity shop. Had just a browse around there, didn't buy anything, but just had a look. And then walked back. It was nice to just be out in the fresh air and the sunshine, and it's quite warm. And yeah, it's nice just looking at nature and seeing the leaves changing. So I thought I'd just show you the bits that we bought, and then I'm going to have my lunch because it's getting quite late and I'm hungry. So our main purchases, I think, were from the bread guy because he had so many nice things. So we got this, which is, I think it's an almond twist. It's got icing on it and it's like a yum yum apparently, but almond one. We then got a load of cheese straws. We've eaten a couple of them. We've got some more. But yeah, we've got a few of the cheese straws. Got a cheese scone because I absolutely love cheese scones, and there was one left, so we got that. We got my dad a custard tart because that's one of his favourite things. I then got some sweets because there was a sweet person there. I just went for, I can open it up, these like strawberry squidgy things. I don't know what they're called. They're the kind of, they're like those, like, I don't know, they're like marshmallowy strawberry things. So yeah, got some of those because I like those. And then there was a lady there that does, oh, you get out.
I just want to feel.
I don't really touching my sweets.
Yeah, they feel how I thought they feel.
Yeah, there was a lady there that does like refills and eco kind of stuff, and you could get samples of some of the refills that she did, so I thought I'd try some of them out. So there's a body wash, which is, I think it's a pomegranate body wash. These were £1 each, but basically you can take like a container to her and she'll fill it with whatever it is you're wanting to get. She had like detergents, cleaning stuff. So yeah, I got the pomegranate body wash, and then I got 2 different hand soaps. So there's the rose hand soap, and then there's a fig hand soap as well. And that is our little market haul. Right, so lunches are done and Noah's back from school. And we're just having a little bit of quiet time playing in the Peppa Pig room. Jenny's just dropped something. Oh, there we go. Because I think, are you a bit tired?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had a busy day at school, haven't you? So he's getting the train tracks out. We were going to read he's got a library book, which is Topsy and Tim, which brings back memories.
Can you read it? Where's a bit of the up and down bit?
I don't know, we'll have a look in a minute. Do you want to read your book or do you want to do the trains?
Trains.
We're doing the trains apparently.
There's bit up and down bit.
There's the up and down bit, there's one there.
And there's
And the other one is there.
Oh! Oh!
Got them? They're a bit tricky to put together, those 2 bits. I struggled with them. Let me know if you want some help and I can help you. So what toys did you play with?
I need help with this.
You do? Okay, I'll give them a go. What toys did you play? Noah? What toys did you play with at school?
He's got a trailer with concrete in it.
He has got a trailer with concrete in it, hasn't he? I think it might be coal, actually.
Huh?
I think in the trailer, I think it's coal for lighting fires. Good morning. The weather has changed quite dramatically today. It's a lot cooler and it's pouring with rain. So we were very lucky yesterday with our trip down to the market. Yeah, we've got Noah again today. He hasn't got preschool today, so he's just with us all day. He's pretty tired, I think, after yesterday, so we're just having a fairly quiet day. I don't know whether my dad's going to possibly take him for a little walk this afternoon, depending on the weather. But yeah, he's down for a nap at the moment and definitely needed it. He was absolutely shattered. Although he has been so funny this morning. He literally had me in tears earlier because I was laughing so much. Just, I don't know, just funny little things that he's been doing. And one of the things was, like, he came in here earlier and there was a daddy long legs on the window, and my mum like opened the window and let it out, and then he was telling my sister about it, because I said to him, I was like, oh, tell Auntie Roro what you found in Jenny's office earlier. And he said, oh, there were some daddy-sized legs in Jenny's office. And we were like, what? He's like, there's a daddy-sized legs in Jenny's office. I was like, okay, fine. I was like, well, what was the bug called? It was a daddy big legs, wasn't it? I was like, yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Daddy-sized legs or daddy big legs. And then he was like telling her about how the daddy-sized legs was trying to open the window, but Nanny had to help it. And me and Rosie were literally just rolling around laughing. It was so funny. And he obviously didn't have a clue, but he thought it was funny because he was making us laugh. So yeah, I know he's in a funny old mood this morning. But he's down for his nap. I had a phone call this morning from my local hospital, and they said, oh, we hear your, what did they say? We hear you're, like, behind with your pain injections or something like that. And I was like, yep, I am. And they were like, well, your consultant's doing a clinic next Friday. I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, they said your consultant's doing a clinic next Friday. Would you like to come and have some your pain injections done? And I was like, yes, please. I mean, it's not brilliant timing. It's like 2 days before my birthday, and I have to have them done under sedation because of what they're doing. So I'm probably going to feel pretty crap on my birthday, which isn't great. But I just didn't want to say no. I've been waiting for so long. They had to actually no, they weren't even cancelled, they just didn't even happen because of COVID, and so I thought, if I'm being offered them, I'm going to take them, because the occipital nerve blocks, so it's like injections into the occipital nerves, which are kind of like around here, and they are meant to help with pain, which they do for me, and because I haven't had them for so long, the pain has been really bad and drives me mad because there's just nothing that helps it apart from the injections. Massage does sometimes, but I can't go for a massage at the moment either. So yeah, when they said, do you want to come next Friday, I was just like, yes, just take me. So I've got to go for a COVID test on Tuesday, which I think is just like a drive-by COVID test. So I just have to drive to the hospital, go to like a certain part of the car park, and then they'll do the COVID test and you can go, which I think is quite good, although I'm not looking forward to having it, but needs must. So yeah, it's I was wondering when they might call me to get it done, and I was like, I just don't know when it's going to happen, so I'm quite glad that it is happening, and hopefully it can just help with the pain a bit. Anyway, I'm just getting on with some editing and bits and bobs on my computer this morning while Noah's asleep. I've got I'm meant to have a respiratory physio ringing me at 1:30. I got referred to them because of my problems with breathing and breathlessness and stuff, and they thought that the respiratory physio might be able to help. I don't know what they're going to be able to do over the phone. It's going to be an interesting one, but we shall see. So yeah, I'm waiting for their phone call at 1:30. So I'm just getting on with editing and stuff while I wait for Noah to wake up, which hopefully won't be for a while because he needs a good sleep. Sorry, this isn't the best angle, but I'm comfortable and I don't want to move. I got a bit of editing done this morning. We've had lunch and had a bit of a mix up with my respiratory physio phone call. So I thought it was a phone call and didn't hear anything, and I was like, oh, I wonder why they haven't rung. And then when I came downstairs and like was having my lunch and everything, I looked at my phone and a text had come through at like 20 to 2, I think it was, but it hadn't like notified me of it on my phone for some reason. So I got it late, and basically it was a link to do a video call with the respiratory physio, and I didn't realise it was a video call. I thought I was waiting for a phone call. I don't know why my phone didn't like beep to tell me I'd had a text message or what was going on, but by this point I'd obviously missed it, so I had to ring up the department, apologise, and just say, you know, sorry, the text didn't come through properly, and I missed it. And they were okay about it, and they've booked me in for another appointment in a couple of weeks' time. So at least next time I know to look out for a text. My phone does this sometimes. I'll like get texts and it doesn't make any like noise, and it doesn't come up with any kind of notification. It's really annoying. I need to check my like settings and make sure nothing's been changed. So that was slightly frustrating. Although a video call does make a lot more sense for physio, like for, well, even if it's respiratory physio, it still makes a lot more sense. So at least I know that that's what it is for next time. And yeah, Noah and my mum and my dad have gone out for a walk now. It's actually, well, when they went out, it was pouring with rain. They've got like he's got his like all-in-one waterproof suit on and his wellies. He really didn't care that it was raining. I think it was more my parents that didn't want to get wet. But yeah, they've gone out for a walk because he was so excited. He wanted to go out and look for conkers and acorns and jump in puddles and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully he'll have some fun doing that, and I'm gonna have a rest while he's out and just make the most of the quiet. My legs are really painful today. I was gonna say it's mainly my bad leg, but it actually isn't. So like the knee excuse me, the knee on my bad leg is really painful at the moment, but also my hip on my other leg is making it really difficult to walk. So I'm going to let my surgeon know about that when I see him on Friday. Not that he can do anything really, because there's no point in even looking at doing surgery on my left leg until my right leg's sorted out. So it's probably just going to be a case of having to put up with it for now. But even if I could just get my right leg sorted, then we can move on to my left leg and hopefully sort that one out as well. But yeah, I'm just putting my feet up. Might fall asleep for a bit. I said to Noah, you might have to wake me up when you get back, which he thought was quite funny. So yeah, I'm just gonna make the most of the peace and quiet. Right, Noah has gone home now. He's just been in the funniest mood all day, making us laugh and everything. He got back from his walk and he had got like this huge bowl full of conkers, so he was very happy with his little, well, big haul. So he's taken all of those home. So sorry about that, Richard and Lisa. He's got a huge box of conkers now. 52 conkers he got. So yeah, he's gone home. I had a bit of a nap, so that was good. And I'm going to open this Disney parcel because it arrived and I wasn't sure if it was someone had sent it for a birthday. But I checked and it was actually my friend Lydia said she'd just sent it just because, which was very nice of her. So I'm going to get it open and see what's inside because I have absolutely no idea. So it is a mug. I'm pretty sure it's Mulan. I'm being a bit stupid here, but yeah, I'm sure it's Mulan. So it's kind of like a black and white one with her on a horse. and some sort of like mountains and stuff. And then here, I don't know how well you can see it, it says strength and spirit with these little like gold birds, and then it's got a gold handle and it's black inside. I love a mug. If anyone, well, Lydia knows me very well because she knows that I'm slightly obsessed with mugs. And yes, she's got me another one for my collection. So thank you very much, Lydia. I am looking forward to drinking lots of tea and hot chocolate and everything out of here over the winter months. I've just started drinking tea again. I kind of, for some reason, when I had my operation last November on my leg, I don't know what it was, but I completely went off tea, which is unheard of for me because I am well known amongst all of my friends and family for liking tea. I don't know, my kind of taste and everything changed a lot. But recently I've started having some cups of tea again and started having like some of my herbal teas and stuff, and I'm kind of getting back into it again and realising what I've been missing. So yeah, especially with like the winter coming and everything, I just love like a nice cup of tea. And this is a really good mug. It's got a good handle. I'm very particular about, well, I say I'm particular about my mugs. I like a lot of different types of mugs, but I'm quite particular about the ones that I will drink out of. So I like a mug that has a good handle, because some of my mugs are lovely, but you can only fit like one finger through the handle. And for me, because I've got really weak wrists and shaky hands, it's just not, they're no good. I can't drink out of them. But this, you can fit your whole hand through it, which is brilliant because I can really like hold on to it. Plus it's a really good size, so you can get a decent amount of tea in there. I really like this. It's nice. And I'm guessing it's been brought out because obviously Mulan, the film, came out. So yeah, and I like that. Strength and spirit. We all need a bit of that, I think, don't we, at the moment? So yeah, I don't know whether Lydia watches all of my vlogs, but if she does, thank you very much, Lydia. It was so sweet of you. You really did not need to send me anything, but I'm very, very grateful that you did. Obviously I will text her and everything and say thank you, but yeah, a new mug for my collection. Good morning, we've got Maisie and Emma here today, which is nice. So I've already spent a bit of time with them this morning, and now I'm just getting on with some editing and yeah, waiting for Maisie to wake up from her nap so that we can all have some lunch together. Her and my mum and Emma went for a little walk this morning before the rain hit, which has recently, well, in the last like half an hour it's just started like bucketing it down with rain, so they did well to miss that. Yeah, and I've just been getting on with some bits and bobs, editing and stuff. I got a message from the lady who was going to be my PA/carer, and unfortunately she has decided that she's going to have to pull out. So yeah, I'm obviously disappointed because I thought that, you know, she was going to be good and you know, that we would get on well and that I'd kind of found somebody that was kind of the right person. But at the same time, it's obviously better for her to tell me this now rather than, you know, 3 or 4 months into it when we've got into a routine and everything. So yeah, obviously I'm disappointed and stuff, but appreciate them being honest and, you know, telling me that now. So unfortunately we're back to square one again with the whole carer thing. So I'm going to need to try and contact my caseworker to let her know. I don't know, I haven't heard from her, like, since they said she was going to be back at work. I still haven't heard anything from her, so I'm going to probably drop her an email just to see if she replies to that. But yeah, I guess I'm going to have to start looking for somebody again, which is slightly frustrating because it's not an easy thing to do, to try and find someone, especially when it's not a huge amount of hours. But it is what it is. There's not a lot I can do about it. So yeah, disappointed, but nothing I can do. So I'm just going to get on with doing a bit more editing until it's time to get out for some lunch. Good evening. Sorry I have been terrible at filming today. It's just been a really manic day. So I think I mentioned that we had Emma and Maisie here because my brother was doing some more work up at the local scout hut. So they were around most of the day. I did manage to get some editing done, which was good. but yeah, got to see them and spend a bit of time with them as well, which was nice, because usually like when everybody's here we can't have them over because there's going to be too many people. So it, you know, the only time they can kind of come are when like one or both of my sisters are at work. So they were here for a bit, and then they went, and we got Noah from preschool, because we technically had him today, but he was at preschool for most of the day. So then he was around for a little bit this afternoon. Well, my mum picked him up at 3:30, so he was around for like an hour and a half or something. And then my brother picked him up. I think Noah is very, very tired. I think apparently he woke up at like 4 o'clock this morning, and didn't go back to sleep, so he's been awake since then. Hasn't obviously had a nap at preschool, and he's used to having a nap. And yeah, I think by the time Richard got him, he was definitely tired. We tried to go out to say goodbye to him, and like came out of the front door, and I had my slippers on, and he turned around and he was like, "Get back in your house, you haven't got any shoes on." And he was like being really like stern, and he was like, "You can't come out." And then we started to try and come out, and he got upset about it. And just every little thing like I dropped. I had a packet of paracetamol in my pocket from when I had to take them earlier, and they fell out onto the floor, and my mum picked them up, and then Noah kind of fell onto the floor, and he was like, "I wanted to pick them up." So yeah, I don't think they've got a very easy night in store with getting him to bed, unfortunately. But he's been alright actually, like until like apart from being tired, he's been fine like when he's been here. But you know, understandably he's exhausted, so yeah, it was nice to spend a little bit of time with him. And I'm just exhausted as well. I think just it being busy and hectic has worn me out a little bit, and I need to kind of get some rest and get an early night tonight, because I've got a really early start tomorrow, and going up to London to see my leg surgeon, and I have to be up there. I think I've got a scan, like a CT scan first, which I think is at 9:15, and then I'm seeing the surgeon afterwards. So we're getting the 6:54 train, so I think I'm going to have to be up about 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, which wasn't as bad as when I had to go up for the operation. That was really early. But yeah, 5 o'clock is too early for me. So yeah, I do need to get an early night tonight to try and get some sleep. And I'm getting a bit nervous about it, going up tomorrow. Nervous just about going up to London, because yeah, I haven't done anything like that since like COVID and everything. So I'm quite anxious just about all of like what that entails. I mean, people have now been told to work from home again if they can, so whether it will be quieter, I don't know. In a way that would be good, just because it would help with my anxiety and kind of trying to social distance and everything. But yeah, I'm obviously nervous about that, but obviously also nervous about seeing my surgeon, because you know, I've been waiting for this for so long now, and I just need a plan. It sounds like a weird thing to hope for, but I'm just hoping that the scan shows what we think it will show. So basically they think that my lower leg is kind of out of alignment now, and I'm just really hoping that the scan just show that that's what it is, because if it doesn't show that, then I don't know what is the problem and what's causing it. And I think if it is out of alignment, I don't know whether there's like an amount that it has to be out of alignment by, but if it's out of alignment, I think the course of action would be surgery, which obviously isn't great, but at least it's a plan. So I'm just getting really anxious about that, and what they'll say and what the plan will be, and I just want a kind of hope that things might get better, basically. So fingers crossed. But I've got a little bit of post to open that's come today, so I thought I'd just do that before I have a nap. So first one is an Amazon parcel. This one I don't think is particularly exciting, but I thought I'd show you anyway, because it's just disabled life. So my crutches are NHS crutches. I got them when I had my surgery. Up until then I'd been using a walking stick, but once I'd had the surgery I had to have crutches, and these are forearm crutches because of the problems with my wrists. But if you'd watched my vlog a couple of weeks ago, you would have seen that I had a fall, and I think part of the thing that contributed to that fall was that the bits on the end, which I think are called ferrules or ferrules, I don't know how you say it, the like plasticky bits, rubbery bits on the end, I think have just worn down too much and there's no grip. So ordinarily I think you would be able to go to the hospital and say, can I have some new ones, and they'd sort it all out. But with COVID and everything, I mean, I could have asked tomorrow, but I don't know. So I've bought some from Amazon. I got a pack of 4. I'm hoping that they fit. I did measure, and I'm really hoping that I've measured them correctly. Otherwise, I've got 4 of these that I've got no use for. I'll probably sell them or give them to somebody else. But yeah, I'm going to pop the 2 new ones on, and hopefully they'll have a little bit of better grip and will stop me from falling again. Fingers crossed. So yeah, I've got those ones from Amazon. I'll link these. They weren't particularly expensive, but I'll link them if you're looking for them. They did have these ones, I can't remember what they're called, but they've got like an orange spring kind of in like this bit here, and I did consider getting them, but then I was like, they're not even my crutches. Like, I don't know, they're more expensive. They're basically meant to help with like stability and also shock absorption, but in the end I just thought, no, I'm going to just go for the basic ones. So I've got those, and then this one is a Disney parcel, and open. I've got a 20% off at Shop Disney for a limited time, and also a free delivery on my next purchase. Oh, that'll be useful. It depends when it goes to. 31st of October. So actually that I should be able to use. Thing is, I guess you probably can only use one of these at a time, which is slightly frustrating, but I'm sure I'll be able to use those. But yeah, what I actually bought were the next Minnie Mouse main attraction pins. So this is series 9 out of 12, and these were from Big Thunder Mountain? Am I being really stupid now? Yeah, Big Thunder Mountain. And it's actually one of my favourite rides at Disneyland Paris. I don't think these are based on Disneyland Paris. I think these are based on... It just says Disney Parks. I don't know. There's a bit of like, I don't know, argument over which park they're based on. It just says a Disney theme park, so I don't really know. I don't know which one they're based on, but anyway, these were from Big Thunder Mountain, which is at various Disney parks, and they look like this. So you've got the train and like the mountain on that one. You've got Minnie in the sort of dress with the Big Thunder Mountain on it, and then you've got the ears as well, which are rather nice. So yeah, I can't believe we're on number 9 already. I don't honestly, like, it's weird, you kind of think, I don't know where this year's gone, and like part of it feels like the year has just gone ridiculously slowly, and the other part feels like it's just gone by in a complete, like, I don't know, whirlwind of God knows what. But yeah, we're on number 9 already. I'll be interested to know what they do next year, because I don't know if I can cope with another year of trying to collect these, because it's so stressful every month, because they sell out so quickly, and there always seems to be problems with the website and like payment going through and things like that, but I still do it to myself. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really happy with these. I like them. They're quite fun, and if it's one, as it's one of my favourite rides, I thought I'd have to, well, I was getting them anyway, but yeah, I like those. Anyway, I'm going to have a nap because I'm absolutely exhausted. And then I need to get some bits of paperwork and stuff ready for tomorrow, and yeah, get to bed early. So I will speak to you at some point tomorrow. I'm not quite sure when, whether it will be early morning or when or what, but yeah, I will speak to you at some point tomorrow. Good morning. It is very early. I've been up since about 5 o'clock this morning. I've got dressed and I'm just down here taking my medication and having a drink. I'm not going to try having breakfast before we go because it's too early. But yeah, off up to London today to see my leg surgeon. I've got to have CT scans first. They're in 2 different buildings as well, so I've got to go to one building first and then the other building to see my surgeon. And yeah, just feeling a bit nervous, so keeping my fingers crossed that they can work out what's going on and come up with a plan to fix it. So I will try and take you along with me. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film, but I'll do my best, and obviously I'll update you when I get back.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. What's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. Before I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done, I'ma drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be 2 of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different.
Plain double cheeseburger.
Plain double cheeseburger
With large fries.
with large fries
And a dairy milk McFlurry.
and a dairy milk McFlurry.
Yeah.
Very much. Take care of those. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening. Sorry that I have been terrible at filming today. It's just been one of those days. So yeah, I spoke to you this morning, obviously, before we left for London, and we got in my car, got about 5 or 10 metres down the road, and it was quite obvious that my car was not working. My dad was trying to put his foot on the accelerator and it was just doing nothing. So we ended up abandoning my car like halfway down the road, and then he had to go and run back and get his car, put my manual wheelchair in there and go in that car because my car had just died. Frustratingly, when we got back, he tried to like start it again and it was absolutely fine, and it's done this once before, so I don't know whether it is just like a weird connection or something, and if you turn it off and on again it's fine, because that's what I did last time. Like, this was a few years ago when it happened last time, but obviously when it happened this morning we just didn't have the time to start faffing about with it. So yeah, we'll obviously keep an eye on it, and if it happens again we'll have to call Motability and let them know. But so yeah, that was a bit stressful because we were running rather late and I didn't really want to have to use my manual wheelchair because it just doesn't suit me at all at the moment, but we had to. So yeah, we did that, just about managed to get our train. It was pretty quiet for like, it was, you know, it would usually be a rush hour train and there was barely anybody on it, which was actually quite nice to be honest, but very strange as well. Got to London, Waterloo, grabbed a little bit of breakfast in Costa quickly, and then got a bus over to the UCLH Macmillan Cancer Centre, which is where I had my CT scan. And then we moved on to like the UCLH main hospital and went through. They kind of make you, I had my Cambridge mask on, but they make you change into just like a hospital mask. And actually it wasn't like, it really wasn't the best fit. I found it way too big for me, but it wasn't too bad with like breathing in it, which I was quite surprised about. So that option is there if I need it. I don't really want to have to use like disposable masks, but for that purpose obviously had to do that. So yeah, put them on and went up to the outpatients and everything and saw my surgeon. He was only running a little bit late, which was quite good. and they were doing like they only had like a few people sitting in the clinic at once, so they had like radios and like other people having to wait outside and all these kind of things. So it was really well run. But yeah, so I saw my surgeon, and basically, as is often the case with my health, things are not as simple as we had hoped. We had kind of hoped that it would just be a case of my lower leg's out of alignment, do some surgery on it, and it will be sorted. But he doesn't think that that is the case. Basically, he kind of said there are certain complications that we expect with this kind of surgery, and the complications that I'm having aren't one of those complications. Basically, he said he hasn't really seen this happen before, and he doesn't know why what's happening. Basically, he said that I probably do have an issue with the alignment of my lower leg because of the way my foot sticks out and everything, and at some point that might need surgery, but he doesn't think that that's the cause of my knee problems. He also said that sometimes when you've had this kind of surgery you can get like tracking problems with your knee, but he didn't think that that was the problem either. He said, because he sort of like examined me and everything, and he said it's almost like, because he said like he tried to bend my knee and it's quite hard to like bend it, and he said it's not like it's me resisting him bending it, it's literally like it's stuck, and he doesn't really know why. So yeah, he was kind of a bit stumped. So he went, there was another surgeon doing a clinic at the same time, who is a surgeon I originally saw. Actually, he then went on sabbatical, so I got moved over to this one. So he went and had a chat with this other surgeon to see if he had any ideas, and came back and said that basically he wasn't really sure either. He said that he thought perhaps it could be something called what's it called? Let me just find it because I've written it down. Well, he called it, where is it? He said he wondered if it was something called reflex sympathetic dystrophy, which I looked up, and it's actually that's like the old name for something called CRPS, which is complex regional pain syndrome, which I've kind of like looked at the like the symptoms of, and some of it fits but some of it doesn't. Like the type of pain that it says you get isn't the type of pain that I have got, but then it does say that you don't necessarily have to have all of the symptoms for it to be that. And I'll be honest, I didn't know a huge amount about CRPS until I've just started reading about it, and basically if it is that, doctors don't know a huge amount about it. They know that it's a physical issue because it seems to cause, like physical changes. So it can cause swelling, it can cause skin changes, nail changes. They think perhaps it's something to do with the disruption of like the nerves from like an injury or surgery or something like that. But that's just one possibility of what he said it could be, but obviously they can't call it that until they've kind of, there might be other things. So it's a possibility, and it's a bit of a scary possibility because it's not necessarily particularly treatable or something that would necessarily get better, which has kind of worried me a little bit. But I'm trying not to think about that at the moment because it might not be that. So yeah, he said that's a possibility, but basically they want to speak to a knee surgeon because the orthopedic surgeons that I see are like, they mainly deal with hips, and apparently the knee is quite a complex joint, so they want to get the like expertise of a knee surgeon. So he is going to talk to one of his knee surgeon friends and ask for their opinion. He did say that he wondered whether it might be an idea to get me in for like an operation to have a look at my knee. I'm assuming he means like putting a camera in and stuff, but also looking at the way it moves while I'm asleep. And he said if they do that, he would also try take, there's like 2 screws down by like they're not in my knee, but they're like down, like I guess like on top of my knee. And he said that if they did like surgery to look at my knee, he would also remove the screws, or one of the screws. I don't know if it was both of them. He doesn't think that that will make a difference, but he said that it was just worth doing if I was in there anyway. So yeah, at the moment we're waiting on him talking to the knee surgeon, because basically when he looked at my CT scans, he said that he could see changes to my bones in my knee and my ankle, and he's not sure if that's because I haven't been weight bearing properly, which obviously I haven't because of the pain and everything, or if it's something to do with whatever is going on in that leg that's causing those bone changes. But what he doesn't want to do is just go straight in and looking at my knee if that could cause problems, like extra problems with those bones, because I think what he was saying is that those bones are more looking like they're going to be more fragile, so he doesn't want to cause more problems. He was very apologetic and said that, you know, he doesn't go into doing surgery with the prospect that you're going to get a lot worse, and it's obviously not his fault. You know, we didn't predict this at all, and you know, the actual surgery has been fine. It's like, you know, it's healing really well. It's not completely healed, but it is doing what it's meant to do. This is just an added complication, which could possibly be down to my EDS. It could just be bad luck. He also said that he was a bit gutted, really, that because of COVID he hasn't been able to see me sooner. Like, he really wanted to be able to see me like a few months ago, because basically he said because we've had to wait, it has got worse and it's going to be harder to treat and harder to sort out because more scar tissue would have formed. So if like problems like this occur, you want to get them sorted like earlier on, but because of COVID we haven't been able to. So just pissed off with COVID, to be honest, for making things worse. And like, I don't know, it's no one's fault, is it, apart from bloody COVID? But it's just crappy. He also said that he wants me to be back, like, well, I'm under a pain clinic, but he wants me to see them specifically for this. He just said they need to like come up with a better pain management strategy, and you know, just to have my medications managed by somebody, because at the moment it's all just a bit like I'm taking what I'm taking and not really having it managed by anybody. My GP kind of, you know, does the repeat prescriptions, but it needs like not better, sorry, because my GP is really good, but it needs like specialist management. And he also said that hydrotherapy would be good, because basically we need to get my knee moving, and trying to do it on land is just not really working. And yeah, I didn't speak to you earlier because I got home, had something to eat, had a bit of a cry, and then I've just slept all afternoon because I've been absolutely shattered. And just feeling pretty down, to be quite honest. I don't know, I just really hoped that it would be a simple thing of doing surgery to the lower leg and that would sort things, and that's not the case. And now we don't know what is going on. We don't know if it will get better, if they can make it better, and it really scares me that this might be it, or it might get worse and my mobility will be like severely impacted. I don't know, I think at the moment I just feel I feel confused, I suppose, because we don't really know what's going on. They've kind of mentioned this CRPS, yeah, complex regional pain syndrome, and I've kind of got that in my head, and I've researched it a bit, and I probably shouldn't have, because that's just upset me more, because I don't know, like the prognosis isn't always that great, and it can get worse, and it can spread to other areas of the body, and I don't know, I'm just really, really worried that this isn't going to get any better. But I don't know, I'm really trying not to think about that at the moment, because, you know, they haven't said that that's what it is, it's just a possibility. And until we've spoken to the knee surgeons and come up with a proper plan, like, I just don't know. I don't know, I just feel a bit defeated today that it's not going to be simple, and I don't know, I'm just really scared that this won't get better. I'm just going to let myself feel upset and scared and angry at my body and angry at COVID, and just angry at the whole situation for getting worse than it should have done. And yeah, I think it's quite a justified reaction to feel like this at the moment. So I'm going to let myself just wallow for a little bit. And then somehow I just need to pull myself together and find a way to carry on and keep fighting. It's been a bit of a day of it, to be honest, what with the car dying, and I don't know, it's just been really stressful. But yeah, I'm home, I've had a good sleep. I think being tired doesn't help as well. I just got home and I was like crying, and I was like, I just can't cope with this. And I was like, my mum was like, just go and lie on the sofa and go to sleep, you're tired. So yeah, just gonna have a quiet evening, gonna watch Gogglebox with my dad, because that will make me smile. Good morning, I'm feeling a little bit less emotional today. I think just yesterday everything was quite raw and I was exhausted, and was just trying to get my head around like what we'd spoken about in the meeting and everything. So yeah, I was a bit all over the place yesterday. I still obviously feel sad and frustrated and angry and all those kind of things, but I feel a little bit less like a little bit less all over the place. Yeah, managed to have a decent sleep last night, which I definitely needed, and had a lie-in this morning, which was nice after having to get up at 5 yesterday. I'm just getting on with some editing, and then my mum and I are going down to have our flu jabs. I usually go every year, and you usually get given like a day, and you can just go between like certain times, and you usually like queue up outside and everything. But this year they're doing things a little bit differently, so they give you like a smaller time slot to go, and you don't get to choose which day you go, you just get given the day. So yeah, Mum and I thankfully got the same day and the same time slot, which was good. So we're going to head down there in a bit and get our flu jabs, because I think it's important, because I don't want to get flu as well as COVID. But apart from that, I don't have any plans today, just taking it easy, trying to recover a bit from yesterday. I think my mum has said she'll help me have a shower later, which will be nice to get my hair washed and everything. But yeah, I'm just taking it easy and relaxing a bit, because I've got another relatively busy as in like medical stuff next week. I've got a couple of tests and also a day surgery procedure, so I'm just trying to relax where I can. Good evening. Sorry that filming has just been terrible today. I haven't felt great, to be honest, and yeah, I just haven't felt up to picking up the camera. I went to get my flu jab this morning, which was really well organised. They even offered to come out to the car and do it, but for some stupid reason I said no, it's fine, I'll come in. And then, like, after walking, like, I mean, it wasn't a huge distance to most people, but to me it was quite a long way. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, after kind of getting my flu jab, I was like, oh, I've now got to get back to the car. Why didn't I just say yes? But anyway, no, it was really well organised. Sort of everybody was like really well spaced out, so that there wasn't like big queues there like there can be sometimes. And yeah, we were like in and out in like 5 or 10 minutes, so that was good. Came back and had some lunch. Did a little bit more editing. Oh, can't stop yawning, sorry. Yeah, did a bit more editing, and then my mum has just helped me have a shower and get my hair washed and everything, hence why I'm now snuggled in my dressing gown. And yeah, I'm crashed out on the sofa now, probably going to have a nap because I'm shattered. But yeah, just, I don't know, feeling pretty down, to be honest. I don't know, just got so much stuff like swirling around in my head, and it's just kind of gets a bit overwhelming sometimes, I think. Good morning, happy Sunday. Yeah, wasn't feeling great last night. Had a bit of a wobble, still not feeling brilliant today, and I've got a headache as well, which isn't helping, but I'm just trying to, I don't know, take one day at a time, and if I have a wobble, I have a wobble, and then I need to get back on and carry on, don't I? So yeah, I've had a fairly quiet morning, doing my usual Sunday bits of getting my medication sorted for next week, watching the virtual church service, and now I'm back in my usual Sunday place, tidying in my room, doing more sorting and organising and stuff. P.S. I Love You's on TV, which I haven't watched for ages, and it was one of my favourite books by Cecilia Ahern. I think it's Cecilia Ahern that wrote it. Yeah, I'm sure it was, because I think it's the first one that I read that was by her. Yeah, so I love the book, and I remember loving the film. I think I've only watched it once, so I thought I'd put it on and watch it while I'm doing this. And yeah, that's my Sunday really, kind of taking it slowly and quietly, because I've got a busy week next week, and I'm still feeling pretty shattered from London, so I'm just taking it quietly today. We don't have any plans, no one's coming because of the rule of 6, that they can't come for meals anymore while we're all here, so yeah, it's just a fairly quiet Sunday, so I'm going to get on with doing this tidying, watch a bit of P.S. I Love You, and then I'll go down and have some lunch.
Days without water along the sun-soaked road. We crossed over borders to get where we are, and it's all for you, it's all for you, it's all for you, it's all for you. I did it all for you, it's all for you, it's all for you, it's all for you. Nights without sleeping, 'cause you fear the night, and days without.
It's quite a lot later in the day now. I managed to do a bit more tidying in my room, going through all my folders, which seems to be taking forever, but we're getting there. I've got like a row of folders which I've shown before, and yeah, I'm nearly at the end, so, and then I've got the next level to do, but let's not talk about that. I went through the rest of my like mental health folder, which had like a load of paperwork in from when I was in eating disorder treatment. It was a bit of a weird one to look through this time. There was a lot of stuff that I had written and things, and reading it back, I don't know, just sort of messed with my head a little bit. It was like okay in some ways, because it was like part of me was like, gosh, did I like write that? Did I think about things like that? And then part of me was like, I can still identify with a lot of what I'd written and stuff. So I don't know, it was a bit strange. But then I also went through some of my OU work, so that was completely different. But yeah, got a lot of stuff got rid of, so that was good. I've had some lunch, we fleed the cats, always exciting. They hate us after we give them their flea treatment. I've been through a bit of post, and I'm now crashed out on the sofa about to have a nap because I'm shattered. And yeah, I don't know, I just feel really flat at the moment. I wasn't feeling great before Friday, but I think that's probably not helped. Just, I don't know, I just feel sad, and I don't know, I need to find a way to bring myself back up again a bit, because I don't know, as soon as I start feeling like a little bit worse with my mental health, I can just feel things spiraling, and it's so easy to get like sucked into, you know, like the negative thoughts and feeling sad, and it can be really difficult to, I don't know, try and pull yourself out of it. But I think just while everything's so like up in the air and I don't really know what's going on with my leg, and there's just no like plan or like prospect of things getting better, it's really hard to, yeah, just to not feel sad all the time. And I'm trying to distract myself and things like that, but that like that just, I don't know, it's just like that feeling of like overwhelming sadness about just everything. It just is always there, and it's hard to kind of fight through that. And then that, I think that feeling then like brings with it thoughts that just get overwhelming. So yeah, if anyone else has struggled with depression or, you know, any kind of mental illness and can identify with what I'm saying, do let me know, and let me know any tips for just keeping going and trying to get through it and trying to make yourself feel a bit better, because I'd really appreciate those right now. But yeah, for now I've got The Simpsons on and I'm probably going to fall asleep. Good evening, just coming on to end the vlog before I head up to bed. I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. If you have and you'd like to see more content from me, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the notification bell, that means you'll get notified every time I upload a video so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, let me know how you're getting on at the moment, how you're coping with the new restrictions that are coming in again, what you're getting up to, and also let me know if there's any videos you'd like to see me film. I'm happy to give most things a try, so let me know what kind of stuff you'd like to see, because it helps me to know what you guys would like to see. Also come and follow me on social media. My links are in the description below, but I'll put my Instagram and Twitter handles up here. Those are the two places that I'm mainly on, so do come over and say hello, because it would be nice to chat to you. And I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye!